Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Supadandikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Udapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadudam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shivashakham Vidam Sha Ye Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namosude Apta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhesya Kripa Sindhubhya Adidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Idanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Hare Krishna Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome all the devotees. Today's Mukunda Mala class. We are reading from Mukunda Mala by Kulashekar Alvar, Stotra number 10 minutes. Mahabhirmandamano vichindya bahuda yamischaram yatana naivami prabhavanti paparipava swami nanu sridhara alasyam vyapaniya bhakti sulabham dhyayasva narayanam lokasya vyasanapanodana karo dasyasya kim nakshama. Yes, please recite Sachi Mataji.
Krishna Prabhu. माभिर्मन्दमनो विचिन्त्य बहुधा यामिश्चिरं यातना नैवामि प्रभवन्ति पापरिपवा स्वामीननु श्रीधरा आलस्यं व्यापनी भक्तिसुलभं ध्यायस्व नारायणं लोकस्य व्यसनापनदनो करो dasasya kim nakshama.
Very good. Okay. Translation, Prince Prabhu, can you please read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Translation. O foolish mind, stop your fearful fretting about the extensive torments imposed by Yamraja. How can your enemies, the sinful reactions you have occurred, even touch you? After all, is your master not the Supreme Lord, the husband of goddesses three? Cast aside all hesitation and concentrate your thoughts on Lord Narayana, whom one very easily attains through devotional service. What can that dispeller of the whole world's troubles not do for this own servant?
Very good. So here, Kulachekar Alvar is instructing the mind. But it's saying, oh, foolish mind. Why foolish mind? Because mind, what does the mind do? Accept and reject. Okay. This moment, we think of something, okay, we'll do that. Immediately after that, no, after one moment, no, we should not do that. So accept and reject, changing the plans. But the mind is a culprit. If mind can be dovetailed in the service of the Lord, then all the problems will be solved. Because mind wants to enjoy more and more, especially in this material world. There are so many sense objects. The senses want to enjoy the sense objects, and through the medium of mind, we are experiencing some material pleasure. See it? Previously, in the olden days, the mind wants to enjoy some good food, then some nature, some garden. Nowadays, the desires of the mind has become as wider range of sense gratification. Okay, within our village, we will go in some other house, some other relative's house, friend's house. Later on, they started from village to another village. Later, from village to city and another state throughout the country. Now, it has such a time has come. Not only within our country, another country will take passport, visa, and all. We want to see, we want to enjoy, entertain, give entertainment to our mind, isn't it? Previously, the scope was so limited. Now it has given still higher. Not only within this our country to other countries, so many countries are there. No, it doesn't stop there. Now there is space trips, space tourism. We want to go to space, then we want to go to another planets. So the scope of entertaining the mind has become so big. The desires keeps coming, isn't it? So Kulachekar Alvar is telling, oh foolish mind. And as we desire more and more enjoyment, entertainment for the mind, the problems, okay, are all the kleshas keeps coming more and more. Previously, the kleshas are limited. Now the kleshas are more than our even imagination. Because we have so many desires, we don't have the money or other things that can fulfill the desires. So the minds are always getting tormented. That is what, So stop your fearful fretting about the extensive torments imposed by Yamaraja. Yamaraja, why? Because when we do sinful activities, because the mind goes hayway, okay, we will not go according to the rule book. We will do so many sinful activities just to satisfy the mind. So when we do such sinful activities, Yamaraja will punish us. So Kulashekar Alvar is instructing the mind, don't be afraid of the punishment that is given by Yamaraja. What is the best way to get out of that? How can your enemies, the sinful reactions you have accrued, even touch you? The sinful reactions cannot even touch us. After all, is your master not the Supreme Lord, the husband of Goddess Shri? If we have the complete faith, unflinching faith in the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you don't have to be afraid of. After all, is your master not the Supreme Lord? Are we accepting that master is Supreme Lord? Then there's no problem. But if you keep the master somebody else in place of the Supreme Lord, your boss or some rich person or some beautiful person, or some influential person, if you keep your master such a person, then we are in real problem. But that's why the Kulachekar Alvar is asking the mind, after all, is your master not the Supreme Lord, the husband of Goddess Sri? Cast aside all hesitation and concentrate your thought on Lord Narayana, whom one very easily attains through devotional service. So instead of treating a rich person, a famous person, an influential person as your master, pray to that master who is the Supreme Lord, who is the master, proprietor, controller, and enjoyer of all the material and spiritual world. Through devotional service, through Navavidha Bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pasasevanam, Archanam, Mandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Matmadivan. So these are the different processes that we can approach the Supreme Lord, glorify the Supreme Lord, pray to the Supreme Lord, and gets his attention. So that you don't have to be afraid of anything. If you accept him, the Supreme Lord, and goes according to the instruction given by him in the scriptures, then why to worry? Why we should be afraid of? what can that dispeller of the whole world's troubles not do for his own servant? Okay, if we are serving him, okay, what the sinful reactions or other people or other impediments can do to us? Nothing, because your master is with us. Okay, from whom all these tribulations or problems or difficulties comes, who can dispel all these, is with you. So why to worry? So approach him, pray to him, so that you don't have to be afraid of anything. Any amount of sinful reactions, if you have, everything can be, you know, totally destroyed by his mercy. It is possible. So in a very positive mood, King Kulashekara reminds us that as long as we are under the protection of the Supreme, all-powerful Lord, no harm can come to us, even that which our own sinful reaction would normally bring us. So if you have that unflinching faith and perform devotional service sincerely to that Supreme Lord, who is the protector of all the living entities, who is the master of all the lokas, Bhoktaram Yatne Tapasam, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, Suhurdam Sarvabhudanam, Nyatwamam Shanti Richadi. If you have that firm faith in him, in his protection, why to worry? Nothing to worry. Lord Krishna also orders Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita 9.31, declare it boldly, my devotees will never be vanquished. He is telling Arjuna, declare, my devotees will never be perished. So sinful life and its reactions are certainly serious matters, not to be easily dismissed. Yamaraja metes out hellish torments to all sinful living beings. So if we have done sinful activities, we have to suffer the sinful reactions. The Yamaraja is the authorized person to punish all the sinful persons, sinful living beings. But the process of bhakti is so potent that it drives away all sinful reactions as if they were merely enemies one might see in a bad dream. But if you have taken shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all sinful reactions will go away. You know, just like everything we see just like that we see in a dream. In a dream, it is not reality, right? Similarly, so all the sinful reactions can be destroyed by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, provided we take shelter of him. So even the prarabdha karma can be destroyed by the supreme will of the Lord. Usually the prarabdha karma, when it is fructified, we have to suffer it, we have to enjoy it if it is pious. If it is impious, then we have to suffer. So even that, because not only the pious should be impious should be destroyed, the impious also should be destroyed. The balance sheet should be zero. No credit, no debit, no credit. Okay. Then only we'll be able to go back home, back to Godhead. So in text 15, King Kulashekara will recommend the chanting of the holy name of Krishna as the best way to attain freedom from the miseries of birth and death. So in this Mukundamala text 15, King Kulashekara is recommending all of us how we can attain freedom from the miseries of birth and death, because we are all suffering in the Bhavasagara. Bhavasagara means the vicious cycle of birth and death. Okay, how we can get relieved from this birth and death cycle? The best way, the best process is to chant the holy name of Krishna. That's the best. Yatnyanam japa yatnyosmi. Of all the yatnyas, japa yatnya is the best yatnya, and especially in the age of Kali. That's why you take any religion, okay? You take Christianity, they are chanting. Take Islam, they are chanting. Okay, they may chant different names of God, but at least the process is same. They are not meditating. Are they meditating? Muslims are no. They're simply the Christians, they chant in rosary. Okay, And Muslims, they have got this, what do you call? What do we say for that? Tasbih. They chant with that. They're chanting their Lord's name, Allah's name, or Jesus' name. They're also chanting. So that is the recommended process, especially in the age of Kali. And because the Lord is so pleased in our devotional service, we'll be relieved from the vicious cycle of birth and death. Namacharya Haridas Thakura concurs, declaring that even the shade of pure chanting of the holy names known as Nama Bhasa destroys the entire stock of sins one has accumulated for many lifetimes and thus grants liberation. You know, Namacharya Haridas Thakur, born in an Islamic family, Muslim family, was chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu once asked Namacharya Haridas Thakur, how can all these mlechas and yavanas be liberated? Because they're all doing sinful activities. How it is possible? So he said, oh my dear Lord, you know everything. You want me to tell? Okay, I will tell. Because when the wild boar comes to what you call poke him with the horns, okay, then they will say haram, 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 haram. So Lord will take this as haram. So what they say? Haram means it is not acceptable, it's not good. Haram. And the Lord will take as calling out the Lord's name, Haram, Haram. And they will get the benefit for calling out the Lord's name, Ram. It is indirectly, it is not intentionally. So this is called Nama Bhasa. So there are three types of chanting: Nama Parada, Nama Bhasa, Shuddhana. Okay. Nama Parada is the first stage. We will chant the holy name with some offenses. Before chanting, we are reading some 10 offenses to avoid, right? So if we are committing any one of the offenses, it is called Nama Parada. Or multiple offenses, it's called Nama Parada. So Nama Bhasa is a clearing stage. As we chant, as we come to know, these are all offenses, we should avoid it. So as we progress in chanting, we'll come to the stage of Nama Bhasa. It's a clearing stage, Aparada clearing stage. Then as we progress further, we'll come to the stage of Shuddhanam, pure Nam. So that is a topmost, that is recommended. So here, those who are even uttering the word Hare Krishna or holy name of Lord Krishna, Vishnu, Hari, even indirectly, even in a joking manner, even in an entertainment musical way, even in a neglectful way, even in a taunting way, teasing way, they will get benefit. There's a sloka in Srimad Bhagavatam also. I forgot what is the starting.
Sanketyam parihasyam va
Parihasyam, what is that?
Sanketyam parihasyam va
Sanketyam
helanam
Parihasyam Sobam Helana Evava.
Vaikunta Namagrahanam Asheshaham Haram Vipu.
So even Parihasyam means in a teasing way, in a taunting way. Okay. Then in a musical entertainment way, in a neglectful way. So anyway, you see, Kamsa was always chanting the Lord's name. How? In a negative way, not in a positive way, not in a favorable way, unfavorable way, out of fear. Always, oh Krishna, when will you come? When will you, attack me? Always thinking of Krishna. He was Krishna conscious, always, more than us. Okay, 24 hours Krishna conscious, but not favorable way. Didn't he get benefit? He got benefit. So if at all you want to be an asura, you should be of Kamsa standard. If you fall short of Kamsa standard, you will go to hell. If you are in the standard of Kamsa and Ravana, then you will be liberated. Because Lord himself will come to finish us. And when
ഏത്
Lord comes and
ചെയ്താലും
finish,
കംപ്ലീറ്റ്ലി നോ ബ്രോ
but
ഏത് ചെയ്താലും കംപ്ലീറ്റ്ലി ഡു ഇറ്റ് ഇൻ ഫുൾ ഡോണ്ട്
so it
സ്റ്റാർട്ട്
should
ഇൻ
be
ദ
the,
മിഡിൽ
the top level, not in the middle. Middle means the prakriti, the nature will take care of us and we'll have to go to hellish planets to suffer the sinful reaction. But if you are on the highest level of asura or rakshasa or enemy of the Supreme Lord, Lord personally comes and finishes. And when he finishes, then we'll be going back home, back to Godhead. So if at all you want to be a big asura, become like Ravana or Kamsa. So he was 24 hours Krishna conscious, always thinking of Krishna. But we are even not part-time. And on the other side, the devotees, they're also 24 hours Krishna, the pure devotees of the Lord. The gopis of Vrindavana, the gopas of Vrindavana, the elderly gopis, gopas of Vrindavana, all Vrajavasis, 24 hours thinking of Krishna only, but in a favorable way. That's also recommended. And this is also recommended. But this is not recommended. This is okay, still better than the middle path. Okay. So whether it is in an entertainment way, in a musical entertainment way, neglectful way, taunting way, whatever way, we are getting benefited by uttering the name of the Lord. Ajamila got benefit. He did not call out the Supreme Lord Narayana. He called out his son Narayana. Didn't he get benefit? Yes. So here, that's why it is said that known as Namabhasa destroys the entire stock of sins one has accumulated for many lifetimes and thus grants liberation. So this is what Namacharya Haridas Thakur says. So Lord is so merciful because he is so eager to get us back home. So he is giving us a lot of discount. We don't have to even chant sincerely. Just simply, oh, these Hare Krishna people, they are mad people. So we have uttered Hare Krishna. For that, that person will get some plus points, some credits. They're actually taunting us, insulting us, but still. Okay. We are telling Raja Mata. Okay. There is Ra in the Raja, Mata, there is Ma. So Lord will take only this first letter Ra and the second word first letter Ma, Rama. And Lord will think that this person has called me Rama, taken my name Rama, so I will give him some spiritual benefits. So that much merciful the Supreme Lord is. That much merciful the Supreme Lord is. Okay, so the Lord is so eager to get us back home, but we have forgotten. And we are thinking that this material world is a place full of happiness. But Krishna has stamped this material world as Dukhalayam Ashashwadam. It's a place full of miseries. When you go to Himalaya, what do you expect? In Himalaya, what do you expect to see there? Fruits? Mango? Apple? Himalaya, Hima means ice.
Ice.
Yeah. So it's full of ice. Then, oh, so much of ice. Then what do you expect? Only ice. Is the name itself is Himalaya. When you go to Pustakalaya, what do you expect?
Books.
Books. Oh, so many books are here. No, it's a place itself is Pustakalaya. When you go to Bhojanalaya, Bhojan, right? So similarly, this place, Lord says it is Dukhalaya. So in this place, what do you expect? Dukkha. Apart from dukkha, what do you expect? Then in this place, we are trying to search for happiness. How is it possible? Okay, it will be just like going and searching in the Himalayas, some beautiful flower-bearing or fruit-bearing trees, especially in the winter season. It's not possible. So Lord says this is a place full of miseries. Baba, come back, come back. Your actual, the real home is here. You are rotting in this material world. You are struggling in that material world. Don't try to search for happiness in that place. That's what the Lord says. So the devotee's claim to victory over birth and death is not an idle boast, but it requires full surrender to Lord Hari. So we cannot make any reservation. Okay, I will surrender partly. Okay, I will surrender only Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. Rest of the days is for me. I want to enjoy materially. That condition will not work. That condition will not work. In that condition, we will go to hell only. As I told you, either that extreme or this extreme. Okay. So we have to come back again and again in this material world. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. So the Lord offers this benediction to the unalloyed servant of his servant and not to others. So, whom he offers the benediction? To unalloyed servant of his servant. Unalloyed means pure, tangam, purity, 100%, not 916, not 875. It's 100%. Okay, so unalloyed, unflinching faith, unalloyed, unmotivated, uninterrupted devotional service. And not to others, not to others. Others, it doesn't mean that he never takes care of others. He is taking care of others, but not directly through his agent Maya. Through his agent Maya. So Maya is authorized to take care of such people, non-devotees, who doesn't approach him. It's an automated process. According to his karma, they will be rewarded. For good karma, good reaction. Bad karma, bad reaction. So they will have to suffer and enjoy both good and bad karma. So that department is given exclusively to Maya to take care of. But those who are pure devotees of the Lord, those who are devotees of the unalloyed devotees of the Lord, they will be taken care of specifically by the Supreme Lord. Just like Arjuna is taken care by whom? By the Supreme Lord. Isn't it? All the Vrajavasis are not left to Maya. The Lord himself is taking care of. The Yoga Maya plays there. But others, Mahamaya plays the role. So as long as one tries to protect oneself with wealth and worldly power, one will be an easy victim for powerful Maya. Okay. As long as we are entangled in worldly power, influence, name, and fame, what will happen to us? We will be a victim under the clutches of Maya. Maya will take charge of us. Maya will take our charge. So in the jail, who takes charge? The jail superintendent, isn't it? Under the supreme will of the Supreme Lord. Under the will of the Supreme Lord. Similarly, here in the material world, those who are going against the will of the Supreme Lord, under the supervision of the Supreme Lord, Maya will manage. The jiva who is serious about freeing himself from samsara does not therefore pretend to act on his or her own prowess, but always follows the authorized directions of the Supreme Lord and his representatives. So the jiva, the living entities, should follow the instructions of Supreme Lord or his representatives. The Lord has given us many paths, many ways to approach to him, to go to him. Okay, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. We are following the Guru. Guru is following the Sadhu, saintly personalities. Sadhus are following the Shastras. So these are all available at our disposal. Okay. Lord has made all the arrangements so that we can go to him without any difficulties. But unfortunately, we want to stay back here and enjoy the so-called happiness of this material world. Forgetting the very fact that there is no happiness. Just like in desert, can you find water? No, it's very difficult. Similarly, we are trying to find happiness in this material world, which is full of miseries. Only such a dependent servant of the Lord under his full protection can be confident of conquering birth and death. So who can conquer the birth and death? Only who takes complete shelter of the Supreme Lord, who depends on the protection of the Supreme Lord, can be confident to conquer the birth and death cycle. To cross the Bhavasagara. What is Bhavasagara? Means Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi cycle. So the ocean of material existence. Okay. That this ocean, what we are seeing in this material world, still we can fathom to a certain extent. We know the length and breadth of that. We know where the shores are. But the Bhavasagara, what is referred here, the Samsara Sagara, what is referred here, we don't know where it begins, where it ends. It is beginningless, it is endless. Why? Because from time immemorial, we have been going through many species multiple times. When it has started and when it's going to end, we don't know. So we cannot fathom that. We cannot fathom that. Even this material ocean, see the vastness of it. Just go to the beach side and stand there for some time. Just a small mistake will be consumed by the ocean. Just go to the water, a small wave comes in, will be taken away. Isn't it? So what to speak of the Bhavasagara of this material existence is very difficult, because we don't know what are there in our credits, both pious and impious. So how many more lifetimes we have to take, we don't know. How many lifetimes we have taken earlier, we don't know. We have no account, but the Lord has account. Yamaraj has account. So accordingly, we will be rewarded. So in this prayer, King Kulashekara mentions Yamaraja, the Lord of Death, as the cause of long-lasting torments. So he is punishing us for the sinful activities that we have done in this material world. Okay, and this we have been going through not once or twice, many times. Many times. It's not that this is the first time that we have taken birth. Okay. Many times we are human beings. Many times we were animals, birds, okay, demigods. We have gone through all the species multiple times. So for all those sinful activities, we are supposed to be punished by the Yamaraja. But such suffering is not for the Lord's devotees. So the devotees of Supreme Lord are not coming under the jurisdiction of the Yamaraja. Yamaraja has a particular jurisdiction. He cannot go to other place. Isn't it? Even in Mumbai, I have seen myself in the bridge, the beggars are there. When we are crossing the Dadar bridge, okay, the beggars will say, this is my area. Why you are coming here to beg? And the other beggar, he will, may drive him off from there. Your area is there. Don't come and beg here. This is my jurisdiction. Even beggars have got that, that proud of their jurisdiction. Similarly, everyone has their jurisdiction. So Yamaraja will not encroach upon the Lord's jurisdiction, where the devotees are there. So if we are a devotee, if we have Kandimala, if we have Tilak, and if we have Harinam on our tongue, then we are supposed to be devotee. And following the four regulative principles, then we are devotees. In that case, even if we are not successful in this lifetime, Yamaraja will not come near us. And this is a strict instruction given by Yamaraja to Yamadutas. So devotees will never be touched. We don't have to go to hell. At least, we may not get liberation from this material existence because we are not successful. We are not completely done with the devotees' activities. But at least try to be a Vaishnava, try to be a devotee of Supreme Lord, so that we don't have to end up in jail of Yamaraja or the hellish planet. So Yamaraja himself once instructed his servants, the Yamadutas, that those who chant the holy names of the Lord were not under Yama's jurisdiction. This is the Ajamila story. Okay. Yamaraja says, generally, the devotees never commit sinful activities. But even if by mistake or because of bewilderment or illusion, they sometimes commit sinful acts, they are protected from sinful reaction because they always chant the Hare Krishna mantra, Bhagavatam 6.3.26. So generally, devotees, they don't commit mistake. Even due to some mistake, some oversight, okay? Even if they commit some small mistakes, it's not our area. Please don't touch them. Don't go to them. Don't make that mistake again. Once you have already done that mistake. With whom? With Ajamila. So don't repeat that mistake. So Yamaraja instructs Yamadutas. They are protected from sinful reaction because they always chant the Hare Krishna mantra. So the Vaishnavas are always protected by Lord Vishnu's club. And thus neither Lord Brahma nor even the time factor can chastise them. So Vaishnavas means Vishnu Bhaktas. Vaishnavas are always protected by Lord Vishnu's club, and thus neither Lord Brahma nor even the time factor can chastise them. So time factor doesn't affect them. Lord Brahma cannot also affect them. So Srila Prabhupada said that when a devotee receives initiation from his spiritual master, he is freed from all his karmic reactions. So Prabhupada says that when we get initiation from a spiritual master, when we get connected to the Sringala, the Sambradaya, the unbroken chain of discipline succession, what happens? All our karmic reactions till that moment gets destroyed. But unfortunately, we don't keep that promise that we do at the time of initiation. We still keep doing, knowingly or unknowingly, sinful activities, and it piles up. Again, we are accruing these sinful activities. So pains and pleasures that may appear like continuing karmic reactions are merely the residual effects of non-devotional activities, like the last revolutions of an electric fan after it has been unplugged. So a beautiful example is given. When we put off the fan, does it stop immediately on the spot? No. Takes few seconds to stop. It keeps slowly, it's rotating, and it will stop after a few seconds. Similarly, even though we have taken initiation, we have stopped sinning because the residual effects, what we have done and got fructified, that has to be enjoyed, good or bad. Okay, so that's why devotees, we know, or we are seeing devotees are also suffering. This is because of the residual effects of non-devotional activities which we have performed earlier, and it's already fructified. But the sinful reactions that are there in the form of seeds, that's all gone. But it's already fructified. That is called prarabdha. Already fructified. That has to be. Even the intensity of suffering is reduced by the blessing of the Supreme Lord. So the very beautiful example, like the last resolutions of an electric fan after it has been unplugged. But everything depends on the sincere execution of devotional service. So again, it's not some imaginary. Everything depends on our sincere execution of devotional service. We should not be imposters. Okay, that is drama bazi ne chalega. Okay, we should be sincere, not acting here. Oh, I'm a pure devotee, but inside I'm saying that Khalnayak. No, it will not work in that way. We should be sincere from the core of our heart, and we should pray to the Supreme Lord for protection and glorify the Supreme Lord, and always remember Him, worship Him, pay obeisances into Him. Manmana bhavamat bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evasi satyam te pradijane priyosi. Okay, then leave the rest to the Supreme Lord. If you are sincere in effort, even if you are not successful, no problem. It's not necessary that will always be successful. Our sincerity, our attitude, that counts. So one who again regularly transgresses the laws of God, even after taking the vows of initiation, is once more subject to the merciless dealings of the material nature. See, very clear. Doesn't mean that if you have taken initiation, everything is done. No. One who again regularly transgresses the laws of God. Even after taking initiation, there are some people who violates the laws of God, goes against the principles, breaks the four regulatory principles. So they are all transgressors. Even after taking vows of initiation, if they continue to do that, what is the punishment? Is once more subject to the merciless dealings of the material nature. The material nature will not spare us. Material nature is taking account of everything and accordingly rewards the result, either in the form of punishment or enjoyment. So we don't want to get punished nor enjoyment also. No, we want to just please the Supreme Lord and make our pious and impious credit zero, increase our spiritual credit. That is what we have to do. Then Lord will take care of us for sure. Now, that is what Arjuna was instructed by Lord Krishna to say, Name Bhaktya Pranashyadi. Oh, Arjuna, declare it boldly. Name Bhaktya Pranashyadi. My devotees will never perish. So this is a guarantee given by the Supreme Lord Himself. Kaunteha pratijanihi name bhaktya pranashyati. So this is it. Okay, so it is 10. Next is 11. So I don't think we have time to, so we'll take this next week. Okay. The text 11 we'll take next week because we won't be able to complete that. Only hardly 10 minutes. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय, ताय गो प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. हरे कृष्णा.